Hey friends, welcome back to another pick a card reading. Today's pick a card reading is all about answering the question, what areas of your life are getting better next? So this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what does not. These readings are always meant to empower you. And as always, trust your own intuition first with any reading that you watch. You know what is best for you and you always have free will and choice, so remember that. If you would like to check out my personal development and spirituality podcast, please check out the links in the description. And if you're interested in checking out my online self-care spiritual shop, check out the links in my description as well. You'd be able to get your hands on any of the crystals that you see here today, as well as more that haven't been displayed in this reading, crystal jewelry, and then of course regular jewelry. So now, if you are new to pick a card readings, here's how it works. The first thing that you're going to do here is you are going to pick the pile or the crystal that you are the most intuitively drawn to. So we have pile 1 here with the yellow Jasper crystal. You have pile 2 here with the Labradorite crystal. We have pile 3 here with the blue Apatite crystal. And then we have pile 4 here with the Chrysocolla crystal. So you can choose one pile, you can choose more than one pile, or you can choose all of them. It's totally up to you. But when you're ready, you can go to the description of this video and find the timestamp that is linked to your pile so you can skip ahead to your reading. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, and I will see you on the inside. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. Now let's dive in. Okay, so the first card that you have here is the King of Pentacles. You also have There's Something Better. You have Hawk. You also have Moon, Emotions. You also have the Spider and the Passion Fruit. This one says, the Spider and Passion Flower. This one says Creative Ingenuity. Also have Laguz. You have Mystic Healer. Healing energy flows through you. We have the card that you chose earlier in the reading. I just saw 111 on the camera for you. If you guys are into angel numbers, we have Share Your Needs. For those of you who have been seeing that sign, that repeating number, that angel number, or for those of you that are into angel numbers, let's break it down real quick. So 111. Okay. So 111 says this. Oh, and this comes from the Angel Numbers book from Mystic Michaela. I've actually gotten a aura, was it an aura reading? I've actually gotten an aura reading for her. Super, super cool. So, okay. So 111, if you're seeing that, it says pause and reset your thinking. When you see 111, think of the universe as taking a screenshot of your frame of mind right now. Everything that is going on, all your thoughts, feelings, goals, and dreams is going to get replicated. Get on a high vibe quickly so you can manifest your best life moving forward. Repeat the mantra, I am in alignment with my authentic self. Okay, so pile 1, the first card that I want to talk about here is the King of Pentacles. So with the King of Pentacles, I feel like you are going to experience some sort of like financial growth, maybe more stability in your income, or maybe some sort of advancement in your career, because the King of Pentacles is a master, right? He's a master of material success. So I do think that this is a very strong indicator that you're building a solid foundation for future wealth. I also think that for those of you out there who have any sort of business investments, things like business ventures, side projects, I think that you can expect them to become more profitable or more secure, because the energy of this card really does point to like long-term gains and wise, decision making, and especially in the areas of like, material things, abundance, the physical world. So yes. With the King of Pentacles here too, he's also a very strong provider. So maybe you manifest someone who is able to provide for you, or maybe you're going to be that provider. for yourself or your loved ones or your pets or whatever it is. But yeah, I just definitely think that there's going to be some sort of improvement in your home life. So maybe this is like you having a more comfortable living situation, or maybe this is you taking care of loved ones or finding more stability in your family dynamics. I also think there's this element of personal growth and discipline here too. So I do feel like this card does speak to becoming more grounded and practical and disciplined. And for those of you who have been working on developing more control over your resources or your time or your energy, just know that this card does suggest that you're making significant progress. Now, I also feel like with a focus on stability, this card could also talk about improvements in like your physical health or like your fitness routines or, lifestyle choices that really do support this long-term well-being. So yeah, I definitely think that with the King of Pentacles here, focus on consistency, have patience, and take strategic actions, and know that this is going to lead you to lasting success and abundance, wealth. We also have there is something better. In terms of your career, I feel like you might find that like new job opportunities or career paths may be coming available to you. Maybe these are jobs that really do offer you more growth potential, or maybe alignment with your passions, or some sort of like improved work-life balance. I'm also thinking about finances too, especially when we have the King of Pentacles here. I think that your financial situation is going to improve. I think there's going to be increased income, better opportunities. I also feel the element of like you're going to budget better, but it's not going to feel restrictive. It's going to feel like you prioritizing what you want to spend on, right? Or you prioritizing where you're expending your energy or your resources, right? Because resources can be more than just money. It can be our time, energy, the way that we pour into others. So you're going to find that your financial goals are actually becoming more clearer, more achievable. And I'm also feeling the element of like relationships getting better as well. So whether you have like existing relationships, maybe they could improve, maybe they could deepen. But I also feel the element of you actually meeting new positive people that will bring good change into your life and growth into your life. You'll have healthier and more fulfilling connections is what I feel. What else? I also feel like personal growth, personal development is really strong here. Maybe some of you out here experience some sort of significant personal development, right? Maybe you gain new skills, or you expand your knowledge about yourself, or you overcome some sort of past challenge. But I definitely think that whatever this growth is going to lead you to greater success, a greater sense of self-worth, a greater sense of confidence. For those of you who are interested in personal development work and spirituality, I have a podcast called the That's Deep Podcast, where I share about how to use tools like personality types, astrology, and other self-help tools to leverage your success in your career and your relationships and your life. So check it out. I do have that linked in the description if you feel called. But yeah, overall with this card, there's something better. I think that this is about remaining open to new possibilities and recognizing that positive change is on the horizon for you, right? So if you embrace this mindset, I feel like this is going to help you navigate this beautiful transition into the next version of yourself, and it's going to allow you to make the most of any sort of new opportunities that come your way. Now, we also have the Hawk card here. This one actually comes from, I'll show you the deck. This comes from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. This one's like pocket size, so I love this one because I can take it on the go. So yeah, check out my description if you want to get your hands on this beautiful deck. But I just wanted to let you know that the Hawk Spirit, you have the Hawk Spirit. So in terms of what areas of your life are getting better, I think that you guys are going to have a lot of clarity and focus come in, right? So you're going to get a lot of clarity, a lot of insight in areas in your life that have felt foggy or uncertain, right? So I definitely think that maybe this could pertain to like decision making or your life direction or resolving any sort of long-standing issues. But just know that the Hawk's really sharp vision, it really points to the fact that you're going to be able to see things a lot more clearly, and you're going to be able to focus your priorities with precision. Now, with career and purpose, the Hawk has this ability to soar very high, right? They know how to survey their surroundings from a distance. So I do think that this suggests you probably will gain some sort of broader perspective on your purpose or your career. I definitely feel like you'd be more aligned with your life's mission, or maybe you're going to allow yourself to make some sort of choice that leads to that long-term growth, right, and success. What's funny again is this element of personal growth and spirituality here, because hawks are really connected to the spiritual world, right? Spiritual awakening, heightened senses, heightened awareness. So I do think that you may experience deeper personal growth, especially in the areas of intuition, mindfulness, and connecting with that inner wisdom. Again, if you feel called, check out my podcast. I talk about a lot of these things. So if you want to grow in those areas, you want to strengthen your intuition, tap in. But anyway, I also feel like when we get hawk spirit here, it reminds us to pay attention to any sort of like signs or messages that are around us. I think that you may find that your communication with other people improves. I keep feeling like that higher perspective is going to be really, really important. Let's dive into our animal power book. So this book, I'll have it linked for you in the description as well, but let's see if there's anything from hawk spirit here. Yeah, okay. So hawk, this one says spiritual remembrance, bigger picture, focus, and visionary. So when to work with me, when you are tired of dimming your inner light, when you're ready to take steps to align your life with your soul's purpose on earth, when you need to stay focused, when you want relief, when you want to activate psychic abilities. That is so cool. I am your guide for connecting you to your soul's original intention. I help you remember why you incarnated in this life. I am a reminder that you are ready to fly higher than ever before. Prepare yourself for leadership on this planet. It is time. I love that. This is my pile of visionaries, right? You guys are my leaders. You guys are the ones who are going to see the bigger picture. So all super duper exciting, pile one. You also have moon emotions. So this card says, waves roll in day after day. Allow the flow of emotions to carry you, all the while trusting that you will make your way back to shore. You are continuously responding to the moment you are in. Tune into your sensitivity and compassion. Interesting. Just on the theme of like awareness, I feel like emotional awareness is coming through. So again, you're going to gain this like deeper understanding of maybe your own feelings or your emotional needs. I think that you're going to have a more balanced emotional state. So for those of you who have been feeling a lot of like emotional ups and downs, just know that you're going to have more emotional stability come through. The waters are going to be less choppy. They're going to get calm. But again, intuition. I do think that your intuitive abilities are going to become stronger. They're going to help you to make more informed decisions based on your inner guidance rather than just Oh, excuse my dog. He is snoring. What I was trying to say here was that you're going to use that mix between logic and intuition, right? Because there's a time and place for both, but there's this beautiful synergy when it comes to working with both. Now, for relationships, I feel like emotional connections with other people are probably going to deepen. I think that you're going to be more attuned to the needs of those around you, and it's actually, I don't know that you're going to be more attuned, but I feel like you are more attuned to the needs of those around you. That's just who you are. I feel like this is my pile of like highly sensitive people, empaths, people who are very in tune emotionally, people who are very intuitive. So I do think that this empathy of yours, this ability to tune in, your intuition is going to allow you to enhance your relationships in some way. Now, the moon's influence here can actually boost your creativity. So I do think that you're going to have this chance to express yourself more fully, whether this is in like artistic pursuits or creative pursuits. Just know that this is on the horizon for you. I also feel the energy of self-care here. So maybe there's going to be a greater focus on taking care of yourself, taking care of your emotional well-being. I do think that this could involve you incorporating more self-care practices into your routine, like, you know, going for a walk or meditation or journaling or therapy, those kinds of things. So yes. We also have the spider and passion flower here. This one says creative ingenuity. So with this card, I feel like you're going to find new ways to approach your work or creative projects. So I don't know if you're going to discover maybe like new inventive solutions to some of the things that have been challenging you. Maybe you're going to start a new venture, or you're going to find a new perspective in your current role. For those of you who are involved in any sort of creative field, I think you can be on the lookout for a surge of inspiration and creativity, and maybe a little bit of originality as well. I do think that networking and your relationships are going to be huge here. Maybe you're going to attract like-minded people who really appreciate your creativity, they appreciate your vibe, and maybe this leads to new collaborations or really enriching relationships that inspire you and really do support your goals. Again, I'm feeling the energy of finances here, pile one. Money is coming, right? I do think that your creativity is going to open the doors to maybe even some like unconventional financial opportunities. So I do think that the areas of your life that are improving is your ability to increase your income or to manage your finances more creatively, right? So I definitely think that your life is going to be going through some sort of positive change, and you're going to see growth in like multiple areas of your life, positive growth. You also have Laguz. So this one, this comes from the Runes deck, and if you're interested in getting your hands on that deck, it's linked for you in the description. But Laguz, I'm just thinking again, emotional well-being, right? Deepening that connection with your emotions, deepening that connection with your intuition. Emotional stability is coming. Again, I think that creativity is huge here. This is the rune that's linked to creativity and artistic expression. So again, this surge of like creative inspiration, or that your creative projects take off. And like I feel like for some of you out there who are in social media, you're gonna have like a piece of content go viral, or you're gonna have like some sort of piece of your work. It's going to become a lot more visible. So that's super exciting. I think that the flow of Laguz here, it's going to enhance your ability to connect with other people on a deeper level, like we spoke about earlier with the moon card. So again, expect improvements in your relationships. And I think that as the Laguz card does encourage us to tap into our inner wisdom, you might find your intuitive or psychic abilities becoming more pronounced, right? So I think a lot of you here are going to be trusting your gut feelings and insights, and they're going to lead to positive outcomes. I also feel like there is this element of a spiritual connection again, right? This is the rune that talks about having this stronger connection to either your spiritual practices or your beliefs. So I don't know if this is my pal that's going to find fulfillment in your spiritual life, whether this is through like meditation or your own rituals or your own spiritual activities, or diving into divination. But I do feel like you're going to have a stronger spiritual connection, which is going to feel really good. And the flowing nature of this card too, I feel like it's going to suggest some sort of like improved adaptability. So I do think that you're going to be able to handle changes and challenges with a lot more ease, right? And I think that you're going to learn how to flow with life's changes rather than resist them. So yes, I love how all of these cards are just so connected, and they always typically are. So, I mean, they always are. So, yeah. You have the Mystic Healer. This one says healing energy flows through you. So, again, emotional well-being, more in tune with your emotions, able to process and release past traumas and hurts. I think that you're going to be in a more peaceful and balanced emotional state, like we spoke about earlier. Again, I think that your ability to empathize and connect with others deeply that's going to strengthen. And this is going to really enhance your relationships, right? It's going to make them more harmonious and more fulfilling. Maybe other people are also going to be able to be more tuned into you and like your needs, right? Because sometimes I think about this, like if you're the healer, then who's there for you, right? Who supports you? Who checks on you? Who takes care of you? Who sees if your needs are getting met, right? So yes, I think that support is coming in for you, pile one. Again, that spiritual connection, right? You're gonna have this really deep sense of like clarity and guidance in your spiritual journey, and I do think that this is going to lead you to a greater sense of purpose and alignment. And then here too with career and creativity, I think as you heal and grow, right? You're gonna find new inspiration and motivation in your career or your creative pursuits, right? So big breakthroughs, big opportunities, maybe a chance for you to help others heal, to help others improve their life, to be a guide to others. Those of you who have like spiritual social media channels, spiritual YouTube, pick a card channels, tarot channels, astrology channels, this could be your sign that this is going to be a very profitable route or field for you. Okay, and then we also have this card that you chose earlier in the reading. This one says, you are magic. So this one says, you are magic. So I think this is your reminder to just never forget how magical you are. Don't doubt that miracles can flow into your life. You have all of the resources that you need to be able to co-create the life and to manifest the life that you desire. I'm also feeling led to tell you that the magic is already within you. There's no need to seek anything outside of yourself or to get validation from external resources. You are the magic, you are the vibe. Okay? And then we also have the share your needs card here. So this one says, internal conversations can help you identify your own needs, and sometimes you need outside support to meet them. Are you communicating your needs to the people in your life? They can't hear your inner dialogue. Help others help you by making an explicit ask. Try these starter phrases. I'd really appreciate it if or it would be so helpful if, or I feel loved and supported when you, right? Then connect your ask to a why. Your colleague is more motivated to chip in when they know that their help supports a team goal. Your friend is willing to help you cook when they know an overwhelming work week has put you behind on party planning. Share your needs and watch the support roll in. I love that we were just talking about that. So again, what is like one thing that you can do to ask for support this week, right? And I'm even hearing for those of you who are like, I don't have a community, or I don't have support, I don't have a lot of friends, I don't have my family around me. You can ask this of yourself too. How can you support yourself? For example, if you know that making your lunch for work the night before, and you can get that all prepped and have it ready for you in the fridge or whatever it is before you go, right? That's taking care of your needs. That's thinking about future you, right? That's setting future you up for success. So that's just for specific some of you who feel like you don't have that support with you right now. Know that it's coming though. Also, for those of you who do have a support system, it's time to start being more explicit. It's time to start asking for help, right? So, yes. Well, thank you so much, Pile 1. Please give this video a like if it resonates. It really does help the channel. Comment below with what pile you chose. I love to chat with you all in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. I do hope to see you on the next video after this. Check out my channel, Title Tarot. I have a playlist full of pick a card readings from a bunch of different topics, and I also have short bite-sized readings as well as longer, lengthier ones, super detailed ones. So thanks, Pile 1. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. Now let's dive in. Okay, so Pile 2. The first card that you have here is the Empress. You also have Don't Stop. You have Crocodile. And then you also have Pluto, Control. You have the Duck and Chrysanthemum, Luck. You have the Cherry card that you chose earlier in the reading. Okay, so we'll go over what it says on the back as we get into the reading. You also have Hagalaz, and then you have Choosing Your Path, and then you have a Get Grounded card. This one says Acknowledge Change. So with the Empress here, I feel like you're going to have a surge of creative energy. So I think that whether you're working on a personal project or an artistic endeavor or some sort of like career development, just know that I think that you're going to feel more inspired and ability to express your ideas. The Empress here is very nurturing, right? She symbolizes emotional growth. She symbolizes things like harmony in your relationships. So for those of you who are already in a relationship, you can expect deeper emotional connections. And for those of you who are still out there waiting for your person, just know that this could maybe point to attracting new love or enhancing your self-love. I also think that financial improvements are going to happen for you. There's going to be an increase in material wealth, right? So maybe you notice better financial opportunities, or you're going to feel more secure and stable. Now, the Empress is also linked to things like fertility and physical well-being. So, maybe quite literally, you're going to be very fertile, or your ideas or your creative ideas or your projects or ideas are going to be, very fertile. So, I also, again, self-care is huge here. I think that you're going to be nurturing yourself through self-care. You'll be spending more time outside in nature. There's a lot of abundance here. Now, I also feel like, so the Empress here is tied to things like motherhood. It's tied to things like the home. I do think that you're going to see improvements in your family dynamic. Maybe you're going to have a closer bond with your loved ones, or a stronger sense of peace and comfort. But I do feel like there's a lot of personal growth on the horizon for you. A lot of you, I think this is my pile that's going to be prioritizing self-care routines. You're going to be feeling a lot more at peace with yourself when you do so, when you focus on self-love, and when you honor your personal needs. So, yes. We also have Don't Stop. So with this one, I feel that maybe you find your efforts in your career are starting to pay off, right? So I think that you can expect your efforts in your career to start to pay off, right? So whether this is a new project or a job application or a long-term goal, I think persistence is key here, right? So keep moving forward, keep being dedicated, because you will reach some significant progress and achievement. Now, I do think that your financial situation is going to improve as a result of your efforts, right? Or your commitment. So maybe like investments or savings or income streams are going to start to yield really positive results, right? So this is your call to stay focused, stay persistent, manage your resources wisely. I also feel like maybe areas of personal development, such as, learning new skills or working on self-improvement, they're going to benefit you in some way. And I think that you're going to start to notice some sort of growth or positive change in your personal life. So for those of you who are called to things like personal development and spirituality, I do have a podcast called the That's Deep Podcast. It is linked for you in the description here. And I share more about how to use self-discovery tools like personality types, astrology, and so much more to be able to leverage your success in your career, your relationships, and your life. So check it out if you feel called. But I do also feel here that perseverance is going to be really important for you to see positive changes, right? So keep going, and you're going to see progress, is what I feel. So you also have the crocodile card here, and with this one, I feel like crocodiles symbolize things like transformation, patience, and having resilience. Crocodiles are very powerful animals, right? I do think that you're going to experience some sort of significant personal transformation or growth. Maybe you're going to shed old habits or old ways of thinking. Maybe you're going to be making way for a new, maybe more authentic and an empowered version of yourself. I also think that you're going to develop a lot more, your patience and your resilience are growing very strong here. So maybe challenges that once scared you or challenges that once seemed very daunting will feel a lot more manageable now, right? Because you're learning to navigate them with determination and feelings of calm and peace, right? So yeah, I do think that in terms of your career, you're going to see steady progress and some sort of breakthrough, right? So however you approach and persevere towards this goal, it's going to lead you to more opportunities or more advancements, is what I'm feeling. Again, I do feel like relationships are going to improve. You're going to have deeper, more meaningful connections. Maybe even I think that you're going to even be able to navigate relationship dynamics with a greater sense of understanding and patience too. So yes, We also have Pluto control here. So on this card it says, a marionette dances on its strings. Sometimes control can help you to master a subject. Often it can be a misuse of power or overly self-protected. Ask yourself whether control is helping or hurting. Then connect with the part of you that is comfortable with letting go. Yeah, so with the Pluto energy here, I think that self-discovery is going to be huge, right? So again, you might be shedding old patterns or beliefs. You're going to be coming out on the other side a lot stronger and more in control of your personal identity. For those of you who have been struggling with control issues or power struggles in relationships at work, or maybe even at home, just know that you're going to be able to navigate these dynamics a lot more effectively. So maybe you start to assert yourself more. I think a big level of confidence is coming through, for sure. Now, I also feel like financial stability is going to be huge here. Maybe you gain more control, better control over your finances, or you change some sort of like approach to managing your resources. And Pluto can also give us this drive for like this deep change, right? This empowerment. So maybe some of you here will find that you're going to take bold steps forward in your career or make big changes in your life in some way. But overall, I feel this is the pile that's like pursuing some sort of new direction that aligns more closely with what you really want to do in terms of your goals and your passions. I do think that with relationships, maybe you're going to feel like more changes in how you relate to other people. I think you're going to decentralize other people and you're going to almost like prioritize yourself more. And I know this sounds like weird and foreign if you're a recovering people pleaser or you're used to putting other people first, and this doesn't mean to like let go of your, natural empathetic nature, but this is a reminder to prioritize yourself in the same ways that you're prioritizing other people, because you deserve it, right? And if you're not well taken care of, and if you're not supported, and if you're not in your best state, then how can you help others, right? So yeah, I definitely think that with Pluto here, it's all about creating this like deep lasting change and transformation. So again, you're going to be gaining control, like greater control over something in your life, and it's going to improve things for you. Now we also have the duck and chrysanthemum here. This one says luck. So with this one, I feel like you might find yourself encountering either unexpected opportunities or maybe even a stroke of good fortune. Maybe this luck is going to be in your career or your finances or maybe even your personal life. But I do feel like this luck is going to open doors that maybe seemed closed previously, or maybe this is going to offer you new paths to explore. Super exciting. I definitely think that in terms of your relationships, you're going to experience like more new meaningful connections, or you're either going to strengthen existing ones, but either way your social interactions are going to feel a lot more rewarding. I think that this also speaks to luck in your creative and your personal projects. So for those of you who are working on any sort of creative project or personal goal, just know that luck could play a role in you helping them come to fruition more easily. Like maybe you find that your ideas flow more smoothly, or that you receive more positive recognition for your efforts. But yeah, I just think that overall with this luck on your side, you're going to find that things are more favorable for you, or they're going to bring about more positive changes or more serendipitous moments into your life is what I'm feeling. You also have the cherry card here. You know what I'm feeling? Like, so out here where I live, people would be like, oh, that's super cherry, or like, oh, the waves were really cherry at the beach, or like, oh, your truck is really cherry, or like, I don't know. It just means really good, like it's good. So I think life is going to feel really good. It's going to feel pretty cherry. On the back, it says, it is the sweet, simple things of life which are the real ones after all. Laura Ingalls Wilder. Yeah, maybe you're going to start slowing down, simplifying things, getting more focused. I'm also feeling like, what is that? It's a minimalism. I feel like some of you may get into a little bit of minimalism. But either way, I feel like you're going to be focusing on the simple pleasures of life, right? loving on your pets, loving on your friends, your kids, spending time outside, feeling the sunshine, putting your feet in a patch of grass somewhere, grounding yourself, jumping in the ocean, enjoying the simple pleasures, the simple joys in life, which are sometimes the best and the realest joys of all, right? So yeah, we also have Hagalaz here. So the rune Hagalaz, it typically represents things like change, transformation, maybe even a little disruption. It can talk about the areas of your life that are undergoing some big shifts, right? So maybe with this card, you are, again, going through some sort of big transformation, right? So maybe you're breaking free from these old patterns and these old habits that no longer serve your highest good. I think you're going to have a clearer sense of self after this. Maybe you're going to be, maybe some of you have either experienced or about to experience some transformations or some changes that will lead you to new opportunities, maybe in career, relationships, right? Finances. Overall, I think that change, like, it can be exciting, but it can be a little scary, right? Because we don't know what to expect. But just know that these changes are happening for your highest and best good. I think it's time for you to embrace the process. Maybe look for opportunities that really come up from any sort of like disruption or change or switch up, right? And then we also have choosing your path. So this one says all is possible. I don't know if for some of you out there, you feel like you're at a crossroads with your career or your professional life in some way. I do think that this is, again, a great time for self-discovery, setting new goals. Check out my podcast. I promise you won't regret it. I still definitely think that for finances, you're going to find new ways to improve your financial situations. Your situation, it's going to put you on a more prosperous path. Again, I feel like even health and well-being, like self-care, choosing a new, healthier lifestyle, maybe finding ways to better balance your well-being. I do think that this is a great time for creative projects as well. I think that this is my pile that's going to find new avenues for expression and fulfillment. I also want to pull from the Animal Power book. I have this linked for you in the description. Let's find out more about Crocodile Spirit. I forgot to talk about that earlier. Do we not have Crocodile here? Nope. Okay, maybe we try Alligator. I know they're different, but... Okay, so this one says, Alligator. Keen observation, conserving power, divine timing, magic, truth, and clarity. I love that, the conserving power part. I think this is about, again, like really reevaluating where you're expending your energy, who you're committing your time to. Do they deserve it? Are they worth it? What are you engaging in? And is it worth your time? Is it going to help you move forward? Is it going to help you grow? Okay, so this one says, when to work with me, when you are ready to let yourself see the truth, when you want clarity on whether to pause or act, when you want to further develop your spiritual gifts and abilities, when you want to evoke magic and miracles. The energy medicine here says, I observe deeply, sensing, feeling, knowing when it is my time to burst forward with energy. I use water medicine to keep me calm. It is my safe haven, my solace, and my true home. I bring you keen, focused manifestation when I become aware of my goal, my vision, and know it is the right time. I go for it with all power, all efforts, all might. Okay. So, yes. So we have the Acknowledge Change card here. I love that we've been talking about transformation and change the whole time. Acknowledge change. So this one says, you know that change is bound to happen, but it can be hard to recognize it as it is happening. When you're feeling out of touch, perhaps something has shifted. Try to identify the changes in your life. Observe differences in your approach, your circumstances, and your relationships. When you acknowledge change, you open up the internal lines of communication. You're free to reconsider and to make the adjustments you need. Let change be an internal conversation starter. Interesting. So yeah, for those of you who have felt like there's some sort of shift, like there's some changes coming up, tap into that, lean into that feeling. Where is this change bringing you? What fears, what fears pop up when you think about change or switching things up? And then think about what is a more positive, empowered thought, right? Tell yourself the truth. So if you're like, oh my God, I am applying to this new job, I'm really nervous about all this change, I don't know what it's going to be like, maybe this is not for me. See that thought, acknowledge it, recognize it, and when you're ready to feel a new feeling, say, I'm willing to choose a different feeling. I'm willing to see things differently, right? I am ready for things. This may be a little new and I can't see what's around the corner, but I'm going to give it a try. Things are going to turn out better than I ever expected, kind of thing, right? So reframing things, working on mindset, acknowledging change. So yes, thank you so much, Pile 2. I hope that this video resonates with you. If it did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Take care of yourself, and I do hope to see you on the next reading after this. Check out my channel, Title Tarot. I have a bunch of different pick-a-card readings. I have them from a bunch of different categories, and I have both long form and short, quick bite-sized readings as well. So I hope you have a beautiful day, Pile 2, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Now let's dive in. Okay, so Pile 3. The first card that you have here is the Lovers. Oops. You also have Within the Next Few Weeks. And then you also have Raccoon. And then you have Confidence or Despondency, and this one says Capricorn, Emotion. You also have the Frog and Lotus, Metamorphosis. You have Perthrow. You also have Rejuvenating Rain. Oh, and then you have your Brown Bird card that you chose earlier in the reading. We'll dive into what the quote says on the back of the card in just a bit. And then you have your In the Community card here, and this one says Give and Take. The first card that you have here is the Lovers. So with the Lovers, in terms of like what areas of your life are getting better next, first I want to talk about relationships. So if any of you out there have been facing any sort of like challenges in your romantic or maybe in your close relationships or your close friendships, just know that this area of your life is about to improve. So maybe this is deepening connections or resolving conflicts, or maybe meeting someone who aligns with your own values. I also think that this might have to do with decision making, right? Because the Lovers can talk about making a very significant choice. This is something that's in the major arcana in the tarot. So it's a big life choice, right? So maybe you're finding that you have to make decisions that lead to your greater fulfillment and really align you with your authentic self, right? Whether this is in your career or your lifestyle or your personal goals. Or maybe this symbolizes your life getting better in the area of self-love and alignment. Like maybe some of you here might experience some growth in terms of self-acceptance. Maybe you're going to be balancing different aspects of yourself, and maybe making decisions that really honor your truth. I think that this is what's going to lead you to more inner harmony and personal growth. I also feel like there's this element of partnerships and collaborations here. So whether this is in business or other sort of collaborations, maybe you find that working with others becomes more harmonious. And I think that there's a chance for you to form very meaningful connections that benefit both parties. Or with the Lovers card here, I feel like you can expect a sense of alignment and harmony and growth in areas where you've been seeking out some sort of like clarity or connection. Now, we also have the Within the Next Few Weeks card here. So in terms of career opportunities, for those of you who this resonates with, maybe you find new opportunities for your growth or some sort of advancement in your career. Maybe this could be through new job prospects or promotions, or maybe like the successful completion of projects that could really lead to recognition in some way. I also feel like for those of you who have been focusing on finances, I do think that your financial situation is going to improve with this card being present here. So maybe this is through unexpected financial gains, or, better budgeting or successful investments. I also do think that personal development is huge here. So this is my pal that is probably going to experience growth in their personal skills or their knowledge. So I don't know if some of you out there are going to be learning something new or gaining some sort of new personal knowledge or insights. Overall, I do think that you're going to be achieving some sort of personal goal of yours. Also with this, I do think that with your relationships, like I mentioned earlier, they're going to be strengthened in some way. Maybe even the strengthening of like professional relationships. I just feel like you're going to find yourself connecting more deeply with others. And for those of you who have been involved in any sort of like creative endeavors, I feel like they're going to start gaining momentum within the next few weeks. So I do think that this is going to be a good time for you and your new ideas to flourish, or maybe some sort of existing project that you have. I think it's going to progress in some way. So I think that this card just overall talks about you having this sense of like forward movement and progress in the near future. So super exciting, pile 3. We also have the raccoon card here. So with this, in terms of your career, I do think that you're going to find new opportunities by tapping into skills or interests that maybe you haven't fully explored before. Maybe some of you here are going to embrace a more playful or creative approach at work, and I think that this could lead you to breakthroughs or new projects. I also think that, again, there's going to be this element of personal growth here. So there's a theme here that's, I feel like it's going to be this time for you where there's a lot of self-discovery, there's a lot of personal development. Maybe you're going to be more attuned to your inner strengths and your talents. And I think that this is what's going to lead you to greater self-confidence and clarity about your goals. For those of you who are interested in like personal development and spirituality podcasts, I do have a podcast called the That's Deep podcast. I have it linked for you in the description of this video. I talk about how to use self-help tools like personality types, astrology, and so much more to leverage your natural talents and your abilities so that you can feel more, satisfaction and success in things like your relationships, in your career, and, in your personal life. So check it out if you feel called. But back to the raccoon card here. When we're talking about relationships here, I do think that your relationships might benefit from bringing in more like curiosity and more openness. I think that maybe you're going to be engaging more deeply with others and maybe exploring kind of like new facets of your connection. You know what I mean? I think this is going to bring you either more intimacy or a greater understanding of, the other person in mind. In terms of money, I think that this could point to you finding some really creative and innovative ways to manage or increase your resources. I think that maybe you might discover some new avenues for income or become more adept at handling your finances with creativity and resourcefulness. Now, I also feel like there could be a surge in creative energy, maybe explore new hobbies or projects. And I think that by embracing your playful side, this can lead you to really fulfilling and enjoyable experiences. So we also have the confidence or despondency card here. This one says Capricorn or emotion. So it's a step onto the forest path. If you are able to embrace confidence, stand tall with a sense of inner strength as you step into the unknown. The opposite feeling is one of ongoing gloom and low motivation that stems from a self-critical gaze. Cultivate your trust in yourself as you explore new truths. Cultivate. Maybe that wasn't a mistake. I just said cultivate your trust in yourself as you explore new truths. So maybe some of you are restructuring some beliefs or some self-limiting beliefs you've had, or exploring new truths that you want to try on, one that matches your higher self. Yeah, I feel like with maybe like career and professional development, maybe you're going to find yourself stepping into new roles or taking on more significant responsibilities. I think you're going to find that you do have this really good ability to lead and make strategic decisions and persevere through challenges. And for those of you who have been feeling quite the opposite, right? Like maybe you've been feeling doubtful or discouraged, maybe this is a sign that you're going to like reassess your goals, or you're going to fine tune them in some way. And maybe this is also a message to like seek out support to overcome these obstacles. I think that this could be a time for like maybe reflection or adjustment in this path that you're taking. We also have the frog in lotus here. This one says metamorphosis. So with this one, I feel like maybe you're going to see some personal growth, or maybe some emotional healing or spiritual evolution in some way. The frog symbolizes things like adaptability and cleansing, and you know, the lotus represents things like enlightenment and new beginnings. And so I think that this is my pile that's like shedding old patterns and really embracing this fresh, more authentic version of themselves. And this metamorphosis, this change, this transformation, I think this is really going to be impactful in areas where you feel like you've been stuck, right? Or you've been burdened or trapped. You know, so I feel like you're being called to grow beyond your current circumstances in some way. Now we also have the Perthrow card here. This rune is often associated with things like mystery, things like fate, things like the unknown. So maybe this represents some sort of like hidden element, right, in life or in a situation where things are unfolding and maybe it feels like a bit beyond your control. I think maybe this is linked to some sort of destiny or chance, right? I think that even this could be a sign for you that like luck or opportunities might pop up for you unexpectedly. But I do think that with this card, right, it's a sign for you to embrace uncertainty, right? So maybe you'll start to feel more at ease when you can trust that either fate or the universe is guiding you, right? And it's leading you to even better outcomes, right? In situations maybe where you felt unsure at one point in time, right? I think this is also a sign for you to trust your intuition, trust your ability, you know, to trust that inner voice. I think that, you know, this is going to be sharpening in some way, your intuition, your inner knowing, right? You're going to be able to trust yourself when you make decisions for you, for your loved ones, you know, if you're like a parent or anything like that, if that applies. But yeah, I do feel like this might represent some sort of surprise or hidden gift, right? So yeah, you will see some sort of growth, right? We keep talking about growth. Now we also have rejuvenating rain here, and this one says clear the past and heal the present. Interesting. So I feel like some cleansing could be helpful. I remember when I first started out in my kind of like spirituality journey or spiritual journey, I would always get the message of like, oh my goodness, like, you know, it's so important to cleanse, it's so important to clear your energy. And I wouldn't take it seriously, but it's so important to cleanse. It's so important to be able to release the old so we can make room for the new. So maybe this is your sign to go to a place that feels healing to you, right? Maybe there's a hike or there's a spot in nature that feels good to you, or maybe this is even like just hopping in the shower, right? Like I remember like when I feel super frustrated or annoyed or just, you know, feeling just like nothing's going right, sometimes if I can just hop in the shower really quick, it really does help to like reset my energy, right? So maybe you just need to be rejuvenated, cleansed in some way. We also have the give and take card here. So this one says, any supportive conversation and really any supportive relationship involves giving and receiving. Are you allowing yourself to sit in both seats? Notice your tendencies and challenge yourself to lean into the uncomfortable. If listening is your go-to, try sharing one more time than you normally would. If you find yourself doing most of the talking, commit to asking additional questions. You can only control your side of the conversation. If you still notice a lack of balance after your efforts, maybe that's the conversation that needs to be had. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to see if we have any messages from Frog Spirit here. Yes, okay. So this one says frog, water, healing, moving forward, emotions, wealth, and cleansing toxicity. So when to work with me: when you're in need of emotional healing, when you're working with the element of water, when you need courage to move forward, and when you want to allow in more wealth, when you want to open new possibilities. I love this. So are you looking for a sign before you move forward? This is it. Take the leap in the direction you know will serve you. Allow yourself to be open to a new world, perspective, or viewpoint. It's all happening now. I love that. So, right, wealth, security, you're moving forward, you're healing the past. Check out my description if you're interested in diving into that book a little deeper. But I want to end here with a affirmation. Oh, I forgot to... This one says, the art of being happy lies in the power of extracting happiness from common things. So maybe you find that you're finding joy in the little things. Your life gets a little simpler. I'm hearing like minimalism for some of you. I think things are just going to be a lot more in flow is what I'm feeling. Okay, so affirmation, not affirmation, but what else does pile 3 need to know? Okay, leave it on the shelf. Don't fall into the trap of buying something just because it's on sale. While stores can reduce their prices dramatically to tempt you to part with your money, unless you would have been willing to pay the full price in the first place, it's not a bargain, no matter how much they knock off. A bargain ain't a bargain unless it's something you need. Sydney Carroll. So yeah, I just mentioned minimalism. This message could be just for a specific some of you, but I think that you guys are going to be expunging, right? You're going to be releasing, letting go of, making room for new wealth, right? Transforming. There's change coming into your life. So we need to cleanse, release, let go of the things that are no longer serving us. And that way it'll allow us to make more room for all the blessings and all the good things that we're trying to manifest. So thank you so much, Pile 3. Please give this video a big thumbs up if it resonates. It really helps the channel. Comment below with what pile you chose. You know I love to chat with you all in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. Take care of yourself. I hope to see you on the next video after this. I have a playlist with a ton of pick a card readings on my channel for you to explore. But if not this time, I'll see you on the next reading. Bye. Hi Pile 4, welcome to your reading. Now let's dive in. The first card that you have here is the King of Wands. You also have Listen to Your Intuition. You have Spider. You have Homecoming. This one says Cancer, Material. You also have the Hare and Oak, New Opportunities. You also have Inguaz. You have Grounding. Then you have your horse card that you chose in the beginning of the reading. And then you have In the Community, and this one says Intro. So Pile 4, the first card I want to talk about here is the King of Wands. So with the King of Wands, in terms of what areas of your life are getting better next, I think that in terms of career, I think this is my pile that's going to get this surge of motivation, and they're going to be able to, I do think that you're going to find that you're going to have the chance to step into some sort of leadership role as it has to do with your professional life. So maybe you get new opportunities to start projects or take charge on something or to move into a more prominent role. But I do feel like your natural confidence and your ability to inspire others will likely shine. And I think that this is what's going to lead you to progress in either your business or your creative ventures. I also feel like maybe you're gonna feel this like rush of like renewed purpose or like personal power. I think that this is the time when you're gonna feel like you want to follow your passions with like more intensity. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you here were wanting to do more self-expression or doing something to allow you to embody your whatever vision that you have, right? This is your time that you're going to be taking big, bold steps towards your goals. Now, I also feel like in terms of social influencing and networking, your influence over others is something that you can look forward to increasing. So maybe you're going to attract the attention of the people who really align with your goals or your vision. I definitely think that you're going to find yourself in situations where, your charisma and your leadership abilities are recognized. And I think that this is going to bring in positive relationships and collaborations for you. I also feel like in terms of creativity, if you've been working on any sort of creative project, I do think that you can expect a boost in your creative energy. So I think that you're going to be finding really cool, creative, inventive, even innovative solutions to any sort of roadblocks or challenges that you come up against. And I do think that this is going to help you develop a clearer vision for your path forward. I think with the King of Wands here, it symbolizes wherever you put that initiative, wherever you put that vision, wherever you put that action, things are going to improve, right? So this is a time to trust your instincts and go ahead and take those bold action steps forward. We also have listen to your intuition. So with this card, I feel like the area of life that is getting better or improving could be related to the way you make decisions, or your self-awareness, or your personal growth. So I do think that by you trusting that inner guidance, maybe you notice some improvements in your career or your relationships or your emotional well-being. I also feel like intuition, it's something that can help us align with our true desires and our goals. And I think that this theme really suggests your ability to make more authentic and aligned choices is actually getting stronger. And this is what's going to lead you to make a positive shift in whichever area that you feel called to, right? So trust your intuition, trust your instincts. Where's your gut leading you? I also see like a bunch of gold or a bunch of coins here. So maybe by you trusting that inner intuition, maybe it'll lead you to more financial increase, right? Or increase in the material world. Now, we also have the Spider card here, and with this card, it can talk about things like creativity, maybe having patience, weaving plans, right? Weaving intricate plans. Again, I think that this points to your life improving in your creative projects or some sort of long-term goal or the manifestation of some sort of idea that you have. So maybe some of you here are building a very solid foundation, right? Maybe you're carefully planning, maybe you're carefully dedicating yourself. I also think that this energy really talks about like trusting the process, right? And trusting where your efforts are being placed, because they will help you to bear fruit and they will lead you to more success and abundance. So, whether it's a career or some sort of personal venture, I do think that your connections with others is going to be huge here, right? So I do think that you're making progress in some way, and it's very like steady and very, very ingenious. Homecoming, Cancer, material. And then this one says, a welcome basket waits on a doorstep. Welcome yourself home. It may be that establishing, organizing, or moving your literal home is important to you right now, or it could be an emotional homecoming that you long to experience. Nestle into your literal or metaphorical haven of belonging. I love that. I do think that the area of your life that's getting better involves things like emotional security and family and that sense of belonging, right? Cancer energy, it's very deeply connected to the home. It's really connected to things like nurturing and care. And, while the material aspects of this does point to like your life improving in your life improving in your physical environment or your financial security, right? Or your living situation, anything related to your home life. I also feel like you might experience a stronger connection to your roots. Maybe you're going to have a more harmonious home life or family life, or maybe you find more stability and comfort in your surroundings in some way. So I feel like this is my pile that might be doing something that helps you return to your true self, something that helps you to create this really safe and supportive space. And I think this is what's going to help you to thrive emotionally and materially. So that's all super exciting. We also have the Hare and Oak. The Hare and Oak. This one says new opportunities. So yeah, I do think that there's gonna be some like speed, like with like, because you know how like rabbits are seen as symbols of fertility. So I think new opportunities are gonna flow into your life with speed, right? There's gonna be this period of growth. In terms of your career, and professional growth, I feel like there could be some new job offers, maybe some new promotions, maybe some sort of like work project that really aligns with your goals that feel like they're evolving, right? And maybe these career opportunities might require some quick decision making, or the ability to adapt to new environments. So super exciting. I also feel like this could indicate things like breakthroughs, especially where you've been seeking out knowledge or wisdom or long-term stability. And I think that when you discover these skills, or maybe even these insights that come in, it's going to help you to step into a more empowered version of yourself. And in terms of relationships, for those of you who have been fostering relationships, maybe you're going to be strengthening bonds or meeting new people who provide some fresh perspectives, or some sort of like growth opportunities in both your personal and your professional life. So I'm curious, Pal, for where do you feel like you've been seeking a new start, or where have you been feeling like you want a new beginning in your life, right? Because that area is one that's going to bloom soon. That's an area that's going to flourish. Real quick, we have the horse card. Horses always symbolize freedom, autonomy, the ability to do life on your own terms. It also symbolizes travel to me, so these could be some upcoming themes in terms of the question, what areas of your life are getting better next? But yeah, it says run free. So for those of you who have been feeling trapped or tied down in some way, just know that you're going to have some sort of new opportunity that brings you more freedom in your life. And who doesn't love more freedom, more autonomy, more say in how they operate in their life? So I'm really excited for you, Pal 4. We also have Ingwaz. This is a rune card. And this is funny because this rune is actually connected to the theme of like growth and fertility too. So I think it's funny that it's coming on the heels of the hare and oak. But yeah, the rune Ingwaz, it talks about like this period of transformation where things might have been nurtured in silence or behind the scenes, and now it's coming to fruition, right? So in your life, maybe this will talk about an area where maybe you were investing energy or you had a lot of patience about how the results came in. I feel like something's about to bloom, like I mentioned before. So in terms of your relationships, for example, if you've been nurturing a partnership, whether this is romantic or professional, I do think that you're going to see greater harmony and deeper bonds as a result of your efforts. For those of you who are focused on career and projects, maybe projects that you've been cultivating will start to flourish. Like I mentioned earlier with creative projects, maybe this is going to lead you to this period of advancement or success. This rune also talks about a time of harvest after a period of preparation, like I mentioned earlier. So I do think that you're going to have bounty and harvest coming your way. And because Ingwaz is also linked to things like fertility, I'm thinking about home and family, especially because we have the Cancer energy here. But yeah, I do think that your home life is going to improve. I think that maybe this is through, again, strengthening some sort of family bond, or adding a new addition, or creating a more peaceful home environment. There's something that's improving here. So yes, we also have grounding. This one says, go deep, explore your roots. So the area of your life that's getting better, I think, is one where you're building stability, one where you're building a solid foundation, right? So maybe you're finding that you're getting more clarity about who you are and what you value and how you want to live your life and how you want to be treated, right? And I think that when you explore these roots, you're going to develop this deeper sense of self-awareness. And I think with that, it's going to bring more emotional stability as well. Now, in terms of your career with this card, I feel like maybe there's going to be more security in your life. There's going to be more stability. Maybe you find yourself more focused on long-term goals, or establishing a very firm foundation for future success. Maybe even for your relationships, right? By you going deeper into your roots, maybe you strengthen those connections with your loved ones, or You recognize the value of stability and trust in your relationships. So I do think that there could be an environment in your communication and in your emotional grounding with others. So I do think there's an element of like spirituality here too. Maybe this will help you to like reconnect with your spiritual beliefs, you know, by grounding. I think this is something that's going to help you feel more centered, more balanced, and at peace. For those of you who have been feeling like your life is a little out of control, or it feels a little chaotic, or like you're rushing around, if you can just dedicate like 5 minutes, 10 minutes to just sit somewhere, you know, preferably somewhere nature-like, but if you can't go outside, maybe sit near a window, or create a peaceful grounding space for yourself. Allow yourself to just sit in your present awareness. Allow the distractions of the world to be placed on the side for a moment. You know, just let yourself be, is what I'm feeling like the message is here. We also have the intro card here. So this one says, when you're in regular conversation with yourself, you become more aware of the conversations you need to have with others. It's time to bring the insights gathered from your inner world into the world around you. Verbalizing what's within can feel intimidating. Thankfully, you've developed the skills that will see you through. Listen with your whole body, and you'll know when a conversation needs to happen. Inquire within as you prepare. Give pep talks as needed. You've cultivated your voice. It's time to share it. I love that. This makes me think about that creative expression that we were speaking about earlier. You know, it's time to bring the knowledge, the insights, right? The ideas that you've gathered from your inner world, and it's time to verbalize them, share them, you know? What I want to do here is I would love to end with getting some more information from the spider spirit. Perfect. Okay. Spider. I think this is the first time I'm ever pulling, or I'm ever reading from the spider page here too. So I think that confirms new starts, new beginning, fresh starts, exploring new horizons. But spider here, it says new life weaver, magic, activation, creation, ending stigma, and creative life force. When to work with me. When embarking on a new phase in life, when you desire harmony, when you want to activate more magic in your life, when you want to transcend fear, when you want to approach things with curiosity, when you're ready to move forward with intention. And the energy medicines here says, I am the weaver of new life. I activate new worlds and new opportunities. This is making me want to share with you that, like, don't be afraid to get in there and really be an active agent when it comes to co-creating the life of your dreams, right? Sometimes we feel like we don't have the power or the control to choose for ourselves. And when you look at things in a different perspective, sometimes you realize you had more power than you initially thought you had. So don't be afraid to co-create. Don't be afraid to get in there. Don't be afraid to weave the life that you want to live. Okay? Okay. So let's sorry, one more thing. I want to pull another book divination from the book Less is More. Okay. So pile 4, it says, don't worry. Worrying about something will never change anything. If you are feeling stressed or concerned, there are really only 2 options available to you. If there is something you can do, take action. If there is nothing you can do, accept it. Whatever you do, don't worry. If the problem can be solved, why worry? If the problem cannot be solved, worrying will do you no good. Santi Deva. Okay, things are going to turn out better than you expected, pile 4. What's yours will never miss you. Okay? So yes, thank you so much, pile 4. Please give this video a big thumbs up if it resonates with you. It really does help the channel. Comment below with what pile you chose, because I do love to chat with you all in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already, and check out my channel, Title Tarot. I have a bunch of different pick a card readings in a bunch of different formats: short form, long form, and then from a bunch of different topics: love, career, money, manifestation, all of the things, personal growth. So yes. And if you feel called to listen to my personal development and spirituality podcast, I have that linked for you in the description as well. And I also have my online spiritual self shop linked in the description for you to check out as well. So yeah, bye pile 4. Thank you.